dla każdego sportu.
Basia Gołębiowska, with me Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
You used to be a stockbroker, now you are a motivational speaker. Can you tell which one of those two roles is more satisfying for you?
I think satisfying-wise, I love being a speaker. I don't really consider myself a motivational speaker. I do training for sales and business entrepreneurship, but motivation too. But I think in the end, you can really help a lot more people when you're speaking on stage. You can attract millions of people around the world. When you're a stockbroker, you have some clients, so I'd say that speaking is more gratifying.
Do you think that what you did in 90s when your company Straton Oakmont was founded would be possible today?
Yes and no. I mean, I think that the main difference is that the first part of the process would now happen online. So you would probably get the customer online through online marketing on social media. Then once they became a customer, then you would probably call them back and engage in more transactions. So what really has changed is that the way that someone comes into a business right now is really being done mostly online, and then the next steps are done over the phone.
Did you have, on another subject, did you have luxuries in prison because of your economical status, or did you have normal conditions like every other convict?
No, I was fortunate. I mean, in the United States, if you go to jail and it's not for violence, it's for like money, and you have money, and you're famous, I guess you do get a pretty good deal. So I was very lucky.
So you had luxuries.
I did have luxuries, but still jail sucks. I mean, jail is not a great place, but I was lucky. So I was there for a long time. I taught myself to write and ended up writing the book, The Wolf of Wall Street, so it ended really well.
Exactly. Could you tell the most interesting story from the jail you remember?
Yeah, so the most interesting story would be the first day I got there. When I got into the jail, they put me in a cell with another really famous person. So
which one?
Famous comedian named Tommy Chong. I don't know if you know Cheech and Chong here.
Yeah.
So it's Tommy Chong. So he was my bunkmate. So it was really hysterical because I loved him growing up, and now I got to spend 6 months with him.
Wow, not that bad, that jail.
Exactly.
I watched your previous interviews, and you talked very positive about Danny. Are you still have some contact with him?
Yeah, I do. Danny's a great guy, and he was a great partner, and we were wild together. We were very young, and yeah. So I think Danny's a good guy. I think he's doing very well, and we do speak once every 6 months.
Wow, and do you have contact in anyone except Danny? Who was seen in the movie?
So yeah, some people. I mean, I still speak to obviously my ex-wife from the movie, right? We have children together, so she'll always be in my life. I still speak to a bunch of people from the back of the day, but not all of them, but some of them for sure.
In your lectures, you teach how to become rich.
Yeah, well, I'll teach people how to, become rich by building a business or becoming experts at sales. And but it's not really. I think the word rich is sort of, it's a different meaning for everyone. So what you might consider rich will be very different than what I consider rich. And it's really about allowing people to fulfill their dreams. In other words, everyone has a certain way they would love their life to be, and typically to get the life that you want is going to require a lot of hard work, but also some skill sets. Mm-hmm. So I teach people the skill sets that they need to get the life they want. And that could be any life. That's not necessarily just money. It could be freedom. It could be travel. So everyone's different.
The money, not the money, the film brought you great fame, recognition. It is based on your business success, also wild parties.
Right.
But did it also label you as a party animal and degenerate?
Yeah, I mean, listen, yes. And the parties were fun, but, again, the things that you do in your 20s, maybe don't make sense in your 50s. So I've obviously don't party the way I used to. I still love to go out and have fun. But it's certainly given me a label as being someone that was a wild party. But we used to have the saying, at Strat, if you're going to go out with the boys, you're going to wake up with the men. So no matter how hard I partied, every morning I was up the next day in the office doing what I had to do.
Tell me, do you think that you have to be born as a salesperson, or this is something you can learn?
No, listen, there are born salespeople that naturally sales and persuasion comes very easy to them, right? But if you're not, that doesn't mean that you can't become very good at it. Like, I guess the analogy I often use is like, I play a lot of tennis, right? And I took a lot of lessons and I became great. I'm really good. But I'm never going to be Roger Federer. Yeah, I'm like that. Don't have the natural skill to be the best in the world. But I think with sales, like, you might not be naturally great, but you can get good enough that you can get whatever you want in life. So anybody can become proficient, and that's really what the straight line is about. The system I teach is helping people get to that next level and the level above, even if they're not that talented.
Selling is like any other skill.
Exactly, right.
And what is worth investing in?
Right now?
Right now.
Well, I mean, in the U.S., I think that the best investment is really in the S&P 500 index, like all the U.S. stocks, right? It's a great investment. And I think also, depending on where you are, I think real estate is typically a very good investment as well. As long as you don't over-leverage and you're careful, I think you can make a lot of money in real estate.
And what do you think about investing in cryptocurrencies nowadays?
So I think that Bitcoin, I like Bitcoin.
Yes,
as long as you have not a short-term time horizon. Like, you have to be willing to hold Bitcoin for a while because it's volatile. So you never know which part of the cycle you're going to get. But I think in 5 to 10 years, it'll be a lot higher. So I think but with the rest of the cryptocurrency, I'm not, as positive. I think there's a lot of scams out there and you gotta be very careful. But I think Bitcoin is a very solid investment.
Last question. I heard you've been in Poland before.
That's true.
How do you feel here? How do you feel about people in Poland? And also, what are your experience from today's event?
Well, today's event was amazing. It was a great crowd. We had a lot of fun. And I actually went over and spoke longer than I was supposed to because I thought the crowd was so engaging, right? So today's event was great. And generally, listen, I think Poland right now is in a really good spot. I think the government is heading in the right direction. I think the economy is strong and trending in the right direction too. So I think there's a lot of opportunity here. So I think if people, you're in Poland, you live here, and you want to work hard, I think the opportunity right now is really there for the taking to make a lot of money, and so one day you can retire and live the life that you really want.
Yes, I can agree with that. Jordan, thank you so much for the interview. Pleasure. It was very nice to meet you.
Thank you. Take care.
Dobra energia dla każdego sportu. Jim Beam. Dobra energia dla każdego sportu.